Have you ever wondered what the difference between MD, DO, naturopath, and functional doctor are? Well, I'm going to help explain them to you. First, let's start with medical doctor, MD. They typically go to traditional medical school, focused on diagnosing and treating diseases, primarily using pharmaceuticals and surgery. Strong focus on specialization, so like cardiology, dermatology, etc. The average visit in front of these doctors is 5, 10 minutes max. Due to system constraints, insurance building, etc., that's all the time that they have. They see dozens and dozens of patients per day, and that's all they have time for, about 5, 10 minutes. If you go to them simplistically, let's say you have a headache, they'll just typically whip out the prescription pad and write you a script for a triptan or a high dose NSAID, so your Advils, acetaminophen, Tylenols, etc. They're trained to focus on symptoms, not necessarily causations. So it's not ideal for some long-term issues. Next, you have DO, Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine. Trainings are very similar to the MDs, but with an additional training in what's called osteopathic osteopathic manipulative treatment (OMT). They focus more on the musculoskeletal system. So it's a little bit more total body focused philosophy that considers the human body more as a integrated system. Many use manual therapies for certain conditions and recommends physical therapy very often. Average visit for those docs are maybe 10, 15 minutes due to the same system, constraints. If you have a headache with those guys, they'll likely discuss some lifestyle and preventative measures and offer an OTC over the counter, Advil. And if they do go for the prescription pad, it's typically going to be a muscle relaxer because, well, that's that osteopathic musculoskeletal, background. Now you have the new term called functional doctor. It's typically an MD or a DO still with additional functional medical training. They typically go through a certification through the Institute of Functional Medicine or something very similar. They're a system-based biology addressing different interplays of potentially genetics, lifestyle, environmental for some, overall body treatments. They can run specialty labs because they do everything out of pocket, so there's no insurance. A lot of insurance companies don't allow some of these specialty labs, so they can do gut microbiome, some hormonal panels, maybe some nutrition panels that once again, one, your health insurance isn't going to take care of or cover, and other doctors like nutrition aren't really versed in it. Most doctors, DO or MD, have never taken a nutrition class until they become a functional doctor, and that's just a basic certification that they take. Functional doctor focuses on personalized interventions, and they may combine a couple different things, like I said, nutrition, lifestyle, but it still relies heavily on pharmaceuticals. Believe it or not, in some states, they actually have to have 60% or more of their patient load on pharmaceuticals to maintain their state licensure. The average visit for those docs about 30 to 60 minutes, but you're going to pay for it. They love to jack up the price of the visit and usually build thousands and thousands into their protocols if you choose to work with them. Many doctors just use this as a way to circumnavigate around insurances, make some more money, and they still, once again, heavily prescribe pharmaceuticals. So if you go to them with the headache, same thing, they'll likely charge a lot for their special testings and that one-on-one 30, 60-minute session with them. They still rely on their MD or DO foundations for anything that they're going to actually speak on. Now you have ND, naturopathic doctor. That's what I am. We get their, many go through pre-med degree in traditional medicine, but at some point in time, we realize that there are better ways of treatment, preventative health, and we choose the natural route instead of traditional medical school. We still get an advanced degree in naturopathic medicine, where we focus on special testings not taught in traditional medicine. So natural therapies, including herbs, nutrition, supplementation, lifestyle changes. We focus on root cause, whole body holistic philosophy, emphasizing on prevention and natural remedies. We often spend 1 hour or more per visit to understand a patient's full history. We prioritize lifestyle, diet, supplementation well before pharmaceuticals. Practices vary by state, but most do not even use their prescription pad at all. Um, So if you have a headache, we'll spend the first hour asking a boatload of questions about your lifestyle, your nutrition, sleep, stress, home life, work life. And then we treat the whole body with a bunch of different holistic natural protocols. Like, once again, using supplements, herbs, changes in diet, increasing water intake, stress reduction, exercise, mindful minutes, all natural ways. The goal for us is to teach and educate our patients and our clients. We want to lower the dependency on healthcare, and have our patients and people know more about their body. That way they can predict what they need in order to prevent any potential disease. You have a lot of options out there, and I hope this was educational. It's up to you to choose which one's good for you.